Part 5 of exposing a Pisces energy trying to destiny swap with me, entirely at my expense, entirely against my consent. They've been intentionally, utmost maliciously doing all the things I'm exposing them for, while intentionally, utmost maliciously, egregiously misrepresenting me as doing it all to them. An egregiously demonic Pisces energy is attempting to egregiously exploit completely falsified romance between us to try to turn me into a complete slave to them in a manner intended to lead to my literal death. If it's for you, you'll know. As above, so below. So, it's more egregious divination abuse with their heavily selective attentiveness and general fuckery. I feel like somebody is coming in but wanting a new beginning because they see you as this empress. So they've been intentionally, utmost maliciously, egregiously lying that they're actually approaching me in any authentic manner or that I'd even recognize is at all sourced from them. They've been intentionally, egregiously, utmost maliciously lying that they actually want any kind of new beginning with me that they at all actually believe I'd want. They've been doing it by hiding that they don't actually recognize, respect, or appreciate my power even remotely as much as they should. They see you, that you're healed, you're loving yourself, you're in this harmony again, you're continuing to develop. So they pretend not to notice and don't really care whenever I become more healed or that I've ever been healed to any extent at all. Their behavior actually demonstrates the deep lack of truly authentic love for themselves that they possess. They hide this by trying to siphon emotional regulation from me. They hope to block my development. They can sense you're in this physical comfort and that you're full of coming in fast, my friends. So they've been trying to steal any sense of physical comfort from me the more they feel they sense I have it. They've been trying to do so by pretending I see those that in reality are my enemies as if they're my friends. And they've been in a rush to make it happen, which they've really tried hard to hide. This is communication. This could mean a message. Act fast, okay? It's moving forward. It's coming towards you, okay? After the obstacles and disappointments. So they've been intentionally, utmost maliciously trying to place obstacles and disappointments repeatedly in my path to try to completely block me from even possibly getting any communication I actually want from anyone, especially clear, direct messages in the physical. They hide it through how they desperately seek others' validation for if they should act fast on things, as well as if what they've communicated they want is actually coming towards them. This person could have given you illusions before, and they see this as a missed opportunity, and now they're coming to swoop you off your feet, and they have confidence. So they've been pretending that any illusions I've proven they've presented to me are only something they previously were trying, while they're in reality still actively trying to deceive me and others in a similar manner. They recognized the opportunity they were trying to capitalize on right from the beginning and hide it by trying to pretend they're naive and are only now seeing certain opportunities. They're hiding it by lying about the fact that they have absolutely no real desire and or intent to ever sweep me off my feet with any kind of approach of anything I'd actually want or benefit from. And they heavily rely on faking confidence to try to achieve it all. They want this happiness and they want to protect you. They want to restore this with you. So they want me as far from at all happy as they can possibly make me, and as far from at all protected as they can possibly make me. And they're hiding it by lying about the fact that they have absolutely no real desire and or intent to ever actually restore our connection. They want your well-being to be a priority, and it may not have always been a priority before. So my well-being, both overall and in any specific aspect, is the last thing they'd ever prioritize. They're actually extremely aggressively trying to sacrifice it completely. And they're hiding it by lying about the fact that they have never actually felt or behaved any differently in that aspect. They don't want this to be slavery. They don't want to be isolated anymore. They want to be with you. They want to eliminate these obstacles, remove these blindfolds to what this connection truly is. So they absolutely want this to be complete slavery of me to them. They want to be isolated, definitely from me, if not also in general. They don't want to be with me at all. They only want to create more and more obstacles to it endlessly. And they're hiding it by lying about the fact that they're trying to put blindfolds on everyone about what this connection truly is. They were maybe unable to move for a while. I feel like this person sat in stagnation for a bit, frustration almost, because they didn't know how to approach you. So they've intentionally been causing confusion about whether or not they were ever actually unable to move for a while somehow as a result of ever being connected to me at all. To hide that they fully willingly sat in stagnation for at least a bit in taking action in a certain direction in the connection. And they're hiding it by lying about the fact that their frustration stems from the fact that they didn't know how to avoid ever approaching me somehow while still ultimately achieving their plots against me. But they want to get out of this cage and overcome this. They want freedom with you because they're drowning in the past. So they never want to get out of this cage they've built for themselves. They fight to never have to overcome it. They feel more freedom trying to restrict my freedom and ultimately without me actually in their life at all. And they're hiding it by lying about the fact that they don't feel they're drowning in the past at all. They're drowning in the present because of what they're currently actively trying to do to me. And it's entirely their fault, not mine. They can't live without you. They get distressed when somebody says your name or if they hear your name. They just don't want their efforts to be unrecognized. So they absolutely can live without me. In fact, they infinitely would prefer if I was literally deceased for real. And they're hiding it by misrepresenting the reason for any distress they might show or feel when somebody says my name or if they hear my name. And they're hiding that by lying about the fact that they just don't want the reality of their efforts towards me to ever be recognized. They don't want to be turned down, but they are really, really, really being nostalgic about this connection. So they couldn't care less about being turned down by me because they intend to avoid even the possibility of it entirely as much as possible. And they're hiding it by misrepresenting if they actually feel any nostalgia at all about this connection as well as the true reasoning for it, if they even actually do at all. The lovers, this is a relationship, somebody sharing your trust with. So this is sheer hatred from them, and they absolutely know it. They're seriously, intensely endeavoring to make this the furthest thing possible from any kind of actually positive or healthy relationship. They're trying to force me to have to completely blindly just trust anything and everything they ever say or do. And they're hiding it by misrepresenting me as if to be voluntarily choosing to share trust with them, that in reality they know I do not, never have, and never will. And this could mean going on a short trip with somebody. Again, healing. They see that you've healed. They've also healed too. So they're completely lying about having healed in any actually meaningful capacity. By lying that they actually care about my healing at all, as if I do or should care whether or not they do. I don't at all. Never did either. And they probably fully know it. And they're doing it to try to hide the fact. They're trying to convince me to go on a short trip with somebody that would massively sabotage my healing, if not permanently, completely prevent me from actually being able to do it any further. They want this romantic love, and they've had to make an important decision when it came to this. So they absolutely do not want whatever this romantic love they're claiming exists between us is. And they're hiding it to try to hide the fact that they already long ago made a decision about it that they either didn't even see as particularly important, or that they intentionally, utmost maliciously, egregiously misrepresent the importance of to others. They can't resist this temptation or deal with this separation anymore. So they have absolutely no real issue with resisting any temptation of being separated from me, and they shouldn't either. They know I don't struggle with any such temptations towards them either, and shouldn't either. But unlike them, I'm not trying to manipulate anyone about our connection or divination abuse on them, so I don't have to pretend or adopt wishy-washy extreme stances towards them. They were making bad decisions before, but they don't want to do that now. They could have had marital problems before. So they're trying to keep making bad decisions even now, and they very much want to. And they're hiding it by trying to pretend to those that know their inclinations as such, as if they've changed in that aspect. Their attitude and behavior as such, in general, probably has led to them having some kind of marital problems, especially in the present, which they intentionally, utmost maliciously, cause confusion about the truth of, to hide the reality of their toxic attitude and behaviors persisting still to this day. This is the end of a bad situation, but the new one, new beginnings. They're coming at this with an innocence, okay? This is a new chance. An important decision had to be made here, and they made it. So they're trying to start a bad situation in my life to try to end a bad situation in their own life. They're desperately dependent on others' validation for if they come off like they approach situations with an innocence. They're falsely portraying this as some kind of new chance I have with them that I, in reality, never actually want to take for any reason. While they know I'd have to be extremely stupid to ever actually see it differently than I actually do. I've already made my decision on this matter, but they're trying to hide that entirely to my detriment, entirely against my consent, through their pretending that they are the one that had to make some kind of decision that they supposedly already made. Keep an open mind, okay? This is the beginning of your journey. So they're desperately dependent on others' validation for if they come off like they're keeping an open mind, which is how they're trying to hide that they're trying to bring an end to my journey, or cause the beginning of a journey that they know I do not, never have, and never will want to go on, and that I don't need to, and that I shouldn't have to,